Hi, it's July 13th, and I'm going to do a short tarot reading for the coronavirus, COVID-19, as everybody calls it now. Last week, I responded to some requests by people, and I am open to suggestions. I also just want to say, though, that I'm doing this to try and reassure and help people as well through this difficult time. So I prefer to stay on the positive side of things. I have been affected, like many people, with all of this as well. Okay. So if anybody wants any more information about an individual reading with some energy healing at the end, it's like an hour session. It's $40 Canadian. We do it via video. It's nice. It's kind of fun. Just throw me a message. I'm in Canada. The weather finally got nice in British Columbia. We actually have a beautiful sunny day today. It wasn't looking like we were going to get very much summer weather. It's warming up a bit. It's not hot. It's like maybe 20 degrees with a mix of sun and cloud. That looks like it's going to be our summer, but I'm hoping it will get a little hotter soon for outdoor water sports. Okay. Okay, so this reading is from basically the present moment to the next month to 2 months. I start with right now, the Hierophant, and this is a card of traditional structures, and it is reversed. So there are issues with, I would just say, like, national, international structures, whether that be political in the health sector, but there are things happening within the old systems at place, and things are being sort of shuffled around. What has helped us in the past won't necessarily help us now. This is the card, this card, and this other card, the Lovers, right next to it, reversed as well. So we've got traditional structures being confronted and challenged, and possibly also being sort of stretched to their limits with everything that's happening. And we've got the Lovers reversed, and the Lovers can represent choices. Choices between something that could be more superficial or more profound. So that's an interesting sort of spin on this card, because it also can relate to lovers and short-term relationships or even friendships, and it's reversed. So there's some kind of challenge here with respect to choices being made. And the way I'm interpreting it as is sort of our choice between, are we going to maybe hope to move forward in a superficial way and forget everything that's happened and why these things are happening? Or are we going to be more conscientious in our choices? There's a lot of sacrifices involved in right action, like looking at right action, doing the right thing. There's a lot of sacrifices that need to be made to live this way. So if we are truly trying to raise our vibration of being more conscientious and loving with each other, with the planet, with nature, all these things, we need to make some major changes. And it's not easy when we're used to certain conveniences, and also things being sort of tucked away from us, where we don't even really have to deal with certain things that are happening, whether they be in our country or other countries, because it's not right in front of us. We don't have to see it. We can pretend, we can block it out. So I find this card very interesting, because this card in this case, I feel, is about choices, choosing to live more consciously, making decisions that actually might require some sacrifice and work on our part. Okay. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles. We've seen her before, so this is coming up in a month, and this is a good woman. She has the ability to manage life on all fronts: relationships, career. You know, she's also a nurturing person. She's not just, you know, somebody who is sort of like ambitious and career orientated. So we have a female leader here in the next month who's really going to step up and take the forefront with things that are happening. So we'll be looking for her. Okay. And after that, so as well in the next 2 months, we have this card here. This is the Page of Wands. And the pages are messengers. Sometimes they bring us gifts. And the wands is all about sort of creativity and ventures and things like this. Now, the queen, she's not facing in this direction. She's looking at the other things that are happening. So I feel like she is looking at these sorts of decisions that need to be made around the way that we're living. And looking at the structures which are sort of falling, not completely apart, but being challenged. Okay, so she's looking in this direction. So that's her focus. This, on the other hand, is more about information that we're going to be getting that is going to give us an idea, more information. We know as time goes on, you know, a lot of people are feeling more relaxed just because there was a lot of fear in the not knowing what was happening. And now we have this card, and I feel that this card is signifying the next major hurdle as far as we're going to have a lot more information about what we can expect to see happen in the future, what we didn't know, and the mistakes that we've been making and how we've been dealing with this, with COVID. Okay, so this card is a positive card. I see this card very much as coming up, you know, within the next month, 6 weeks at the most, and we're going to get some significant information that's going to help us in a positive way. There's going to be conflicts that come out of this, though. I don't really like it when I have to talk about these things, but, you know, the page is actually looking, it's reversed here because of the mirror of the camera, but the page is looking at the conflicts, okay? So the page is the messenger who's seeing the conflicts that are coming about, okay? The conflicts may be caused by the new information, people choosing to sit more on one side or the other as far as understanding what's going on. We already have these kinds of conflicts with people who feel very vulnerable, feeling upset that some people aren't taking precautions. You know, we have all of this happening already where people are, in a sense, divided. This indicates that there's going to be more division, more struggle, more fight. It is a fighting card. Not that conflict is always negative. You know, sometimes it takes, you know, things getting unpleasant and things being churned up in order to make some positive changes. So we don't need to assume that this means something really bad is going to come out of this. Just that we're going to get some new information which will guide us, and that there will be some divide with respect to how people decide to deal with this. Okay, and the last card is the Temperance card, and it's reversed. So this is going to play out. This is still, like, you know, going to play out after we receive our news, okay, within the next few months, and people are feeling divided. Not that it's necessarily a bad thing to have some conflict. We see the Temperance reverse, which means that we, as humans, are going to need to focus on regaining our balance, regaining our emotional balance and our strength as we move on to the next phase. Okay, because this is, you know, this is basically July, August, September. Now we're moving into the fall. People have a lot of questions and worries about, you know, what's going to happen, making plans, all kinds of things. Okay, so this card is reminding us that we need to focus on regaining our stability, kindness, support, looking out for each other, doing the best that we can, being flexible. helping others, temperance reversed. So that's what we need to focus on, is regaining our strength emotionally. Okay. So I hope that's helpful. And I will see you next Monday. Thank you very much. Bye for now.